welcome or welcome back to Booking with Star. I am your host, Star, of course, and in today's video we got us a book haul. And one thing that y'all need to know about me is that I'm always gonna buy a book, okay? I'm always gonna have a book haul to give because buying books genuinely make me so happy. Like, it is a happy day if I got some books on the way to my house, y'all. This video we got 14 new books. Some of them I'm not too sure what they are about, so we're gonna be reading some of the synopsises together. I typically like to go into my books blind. I really don't read the synopsises too much. I'm either really drawn in by the cover or I see like one of my book girlies talking about how they really enjoyed the book and I gotta add it to my collection now. But let's get into the video. First book that we got is If It Bleeds by Stephen King. I got this from my girlfriend. She came home one day from Target and she was like, I brought you books. Like, does your spouse really love you if they don't go out to Target and buy you things that you like without you having to ask? I'm not gonna lie, when I read the synopsis, I was very much confused and it was given like I can't read. So I'm not about to read it to y'all, but it is a book of short stories and I did see somebody say that it's like also poems. So I'm not 100% sure, but I really do like Stephen King. So I probably will pick through this book. One thing that I like about books that have short stories in them is that you could just pick it up, read a short story, put it back down, go back to it a week later, a month later, whenever. I really like that. It's like a little palate cleanser, a little something to do when it's nothing to do kind of vibe. So we'll see how it goes. Next book is The Deep Sky by Yumi Katase. I don't know if I'm saying that last name right or not, but I got this from Book Outlet. Again, I thought this cover was really cute. It's giving sci-fi space vibes. Let's read a little bit. The eve of Earth's environmental collapse. A single ship carries humanity's last hope. 8 elite graduates of a competitive program who will give birth to a generation of children in deep space. But halfway to a distant but livable planet, a lethal bomb kills 3 of the crew and knocks the Phoenix off course. Ooh, can I say that? Asuka, the only surviving witness, is an immediate suspect. Asuka already felt like an imposter before the explosion. Okay, we're not gonna read the rest of it, but from that synopsis alone, it sounds like it's gonna be a fun vibe. It's given who did it, and I love me a who did it because who the hell did it, you know? Next is Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong. Also got this from Book Outlet. This is also given sci-fi, and the thing that grabbed me has something to do with people being able to jump into other people's bodies. Excuse me? Definitely had to get this. Look at this cover, y'all. Don't we love a good dragon? We do. This is Shadow of the Gods by John Quinn. This is the first book in this series and I'm super excited to get into this. When I'm gonna get into it, I don't know, but it just looks like we're gonna have so much fun. This says, when the gods fought, it was a battle so savage they destroyed themselves, leaving nothing but their bones and the broken land of Vigrid in their wake. Now as whispers of war echo over the forests and across the plains, fate follows in the footsteps of 3 warriors, a huntress on a quest, a noble woman pursuing battle fame, and a thrall seeking retribution among the mercenaries known as the Bloodsworn. Yeah. Next is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I got this from Amazon, I believe. Amazon or Barnes & Nobles. I think it was Amazon's, but this is a YA thriller. This is the first book in the series. One thing about me, I'm always gonna buy the first book first to see if I like the series, and then I will buy the rest of the books. I see a lot of people say that it's giving Criminal Minds with teenagers, so I'm excited to get into this. Again, let's admire the freaking covers. I mean, all of these covers eat down, but come on, like, yeah. This is Blood Debts by Terry J. Benton Walker. And y'all should already know that I grabbed this because of the cover. I don't know what the hell this book is about, but let's read the synopsis together. In New Orleans, gods meddle and magic will betray you, but this time justice will reign. 30 years ago, a young woman was murdered, a family was lynched, and New Orleans saw the greatest magical massacre in history. In the days that follow, a throne was stolen from the queen. I do not need to hear no more, okay, y'all? Because, yeah, this is about to get devoured. Next, we got The It Girl by Ruth Ware. This is about a group of friends. April Clark was the first person Hannah Jones met in Oxford. Bright, occasionally vicious, and the ultimate it girl. She quickly pulled Hannah into her dazzling orbit. It's giving Mean Girls. Together, they develop a group of devoted, inseparable friends. Will, Hugh, Ryan, and Emily. During their first term, by the end of the second, it's giving something happens crazy, clearly to April. They go on with their lives, and then years later, knock, 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 April's is coming back to the light, and who did it? And like I just said before, you know, we love a who did it over here, because who the fuck did it? Yeah. Next we got All the Dangerous Things by Stacey Willingham. This is a thriller. I saw that it has something to do with the toddler going missing. 1 year ago, Isabel Drake's life changed forever. Her toddler son Mason was taken out of his crib in the middle of the night while she and her husband were asleep in the next room. With little evidence and few leads for the police to chase, the case quickly went cold. However, Isabel cannot rest until Mason is returned to her, literally. Except for the occasional cat nap or small blackout where she loses track of time, she hasn't slept in a year. That is insane. Isabel's entire existence now revolves around finding him, but she knows she can't go on this way forever. In hopes of jarring loose a new witness or blurred clue, she agrees to be interviewed by a true crime podcaster. He's given podcasts, but his interest in Isabel's past makes her nervous. His instant questioning paired with her severe insomnia has brought up unforgettable memories from her own childhood. What did happen? What Isabel did to that baby? Because that's what it's giving. Isabel did something to that baby. Her memories from her childhood, making Isabel start to doubt her recollection of the night of Mason's disappearance, as well as second guess who she can trust, including herself. But she is determined to figure out the truth no matter where it leads. Definitely thriller, definitely maybe a little plot twist. We love that. I forgot, I'm supposed to be telling y'all where I got these books from. I think I got that last one from Book Outlet. Got this one from Book Outlet as well. You know, they be having a $5.99 sale, and we're going to get books every time, okay? Dark Succession by Kate Roberts. This one's giving maybe a little dark romance fantasy kind of vibes. It seems like arranged marriage. Tegan O'Malley hates everything associated with his family's name, and when his father's ordered him to marry Callista Sheridan to create a business alliance, Tegan's ready to cut ties once for all. But then Teague actually meets Callista, sees the bruises on her neck and the trauma in her eyes, and vows he will do everything in his power to avenge her. Next we got The Nanny by Lana Ferguson, and this seems so cute, okay? This is giving a little rom-com maybe, but this woman is on a search for a job. I think she has like a little hard time finding one, so she starts up a OnlyFans in the meantime. So she's doing that, but she's still, you know, actively looking for a job, and then she comes across this nanny job, and the father of the kids that she's supposed to be nannying is her #1 supporter. That sounds spicy, that sounds cute and fun, so I'm excited to see what this is about. This is The First to Die by James Patterson. This is the first book in the series. I think it has like a lot of them. And what I really liked about it, each book has the number of the book in the title. So this one is like The First to Die. The next one will be like, this is just an example, like the second to win the race. It would be like the third time he lied or something like that. I thought that was really cute. This book follows a group of women who call themselves the Women's Murder Club. They go around solving mysteries and cases. We have Lindsay, who is a homicide inspector, Claire, a medical examiner, Jill, an assistant DA, and Cindy, a reporter who has just started working with the crime desk of San Francisco Chronicle. They join forces, pooling their talents, courage, and brains. They have one goal: to find, trap, and outwit the most diabolical and terrifying unaliver ever imagined. Each one in the series is this club solving mysteries. So we're always into that because, again, we love a whodunit. Another book that my girlfriend got me is The Eyes of the Dragon by Stephen King. I want all of Stephen King's books, y'all. I have to have every one of his books on my bookshelf, and we are slowly getting there. I've read like three or four of his books. Some I enjoy more than others, but I really do like him, so we're getting all of his books, okay? This has to do with two brothers. It says, thus begins one of the most unique tales that master storyteller Stephen King has ever written. It's a fantasy, dark magic, and the struggle of absolute power. There's two brothers. This is a masterpiece of mythical adventure, intrigue, and terror. Readers will thrill to this unforgettable narrative filled with relentless, wicked enchantment and the most terrible of secrets. Love a good fantasy, love a good dragon, love a good brothers, rivals kind of story. So excited to get into this. Next is Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. I actually started listening to this on Audible. And one thing about me, if I am enjoying the story through Audible too much, I will stop listening to it if I don't have the physical book and go get the physical book. So I can either immersive read or just read the physical book itself because it's going to hit different every time. So I had to grab this. I was only about like 20% through. I was absolutely eating it up. This is a fantasy. It has something to do with like this world that is colorful and another world that's not, and their back of this seems a little like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I'm not even gonna read it, but I was enjoying the story. And last but not least is The Husbands, written by Holly Gramazoil. I don't know how to say that last name, but listen, I started reading this last night, only about 20 pages in, and let me tell y'all how sis came home from a drunken night and there was a man in her house that was claiming to be her husband. She ain't never seen this man a day in her life, but as she starts to look around her apartment, she starts to notice there's wedding pictures. Her lock screen is like a picture of them, and she's confused as fuck. She is drunk. She don't know what is going on. Sis wakes up the next day and she's like, you know what, I'm still confused as fuck, but everybody that I know is talking about this wedding that I had. Everybody that I know seem like this is really my husband. So maybe this is my life. I really don't know what the fuck is going on, but you know what? I'm gonna just move with the punches. Why in the middle of a conversation they're having, the husband goes up to the attic to fix something, comes back down, he's a different man, a different husband. I said, what? I was like, oh yeah, I am about to devour this. So I'm gonna keep y'all updated on how this is going, but 20 pages in already, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Definitely going to eat this up. So that's the end of my book haul, the end of this video. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you are not already subscribed and you made it this far in the video, what are you doing? Make sure you go hit that subscribe button because clearly you're jacking the book vibes. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in my next video.